Hey, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Taurus, this time I set the intention to ask what your skirt, skirt, it's another way. I was saying skirt in, no, what your spirit guides, starting really, really well here. I've set the intention to ask, so you can get a crazy message here today. I've set the intention to ask what your spirit guides wants you to know, okay? But before we get into that, I just want to say that at the very end of this reading, I'm going to tell you about a chance to win a personal reading with me for free. So if you're interested in that, please go to the information at the very end of this video. So your skirt guides, Taurus, what your spirit guides wants you to know. We're going to start with 3 initial cards here for the month of April. And then we're going to go deeper into that energy and clarify and find solutions, hopefully if needed. Ooh. First card out, self-reliance. I love these images. It's for them from the Mystical Wisdom deck. And then we have gratitude, which usually is my Pisces card, so let's see if there's a connection. Self-reliance and gratitude. And then the third card is what? From your skirts. Nothing. There you go. And unicorn. Wow. It feels like a completely different reading from months and months of readings, because it feels like I haven't had these energies in a while. I love these. So we're going to actually go deeper into these immediately. If we want to clarify the self-reliance. Why is that here, spirit guides? Why is that here for Taurus, please? The whole deck came out. I don't want the whole deck. I want a clear, defiant cards. One at a time. From Taurus spirit guides. For skirts. Same but different. Regeneration. Wow. Second chances. That's what we get under self-reliance. And then we're going to clarify the gratitude card. Why is the gratitude card here? Spirit guides for Taurus. That here, gratitude. Unfinished symphony. Usually when we have some loose ends to tie up and when we need to finish projects or little things like that. But let's see, it's your spirit guides that decides what's going to come through the cards. And then we're going to clarify the unicorn. The beautiful unicorn. Why is that here? The unicorn for me, in a lot of ways is very similar to the self-reliance card. But the unicorn tends to then attract someone in specific. Why is the unicorn here? There you go. Flexible. I mean, this card has come out. I probably should do a collective reading on flexibility because it's like it's just keeps coming out. Flexible. The unicorn card together with flexibility. Interesting. So just give me 1 second. I just want to see if there's like a overall feel here. And we're going to do one by one here. Wow. Very, very stand-out-ish is... So I see the star constellation up here. And it looks like it's like one clear star constellation. And then it's like it has gathered all around it, like little mini baby star constellations has sort of added on. Like we have more stars joining the party. More stars is like coming into the family. And I see this like, if you look at yourself, I see this is Taurus. And we have these big rays coming out of Taurus, or vice versa, like this big ray explosion is coming in towards Taurus. And here it's like it's raining stars coming in where from there. And here it's like all around you, out in the ethers, all around you. Like it's like, if we take a really close look, like the whole universe is behind you there, all those stars. And then when the unicorn card, it's almost like the unicorn sphere or horn or whatever you want to call it. It's like it's touching the stars, is like really pointing to that star constellation. With like shimmery, like stardust. So it's like so much about stars, stardust, star constellation. Your star, I would like to say your star constellation family is opening up. So like what your spirit guides wants you to know is that you have a bigger family than you probably are aware of at this moment. You have a bigger family when it comes to your star constellation, like star origin, where it all started. So boring. It just feels like a big origin of from somewhere that just keeps expanding. We think like that. We think of those as like an intact origin, like this, like it's set. I know I've done that myself. I know maybe you haven't, but like I really for sure have been thinking like, okay, so that is a set constellation. But obviously they are expanding as well. Obviously all the star systems, all the solar systems, all the constellations going on in our universe is obviously also expanding. And there's something to it here today that your star constellation family is expanding, and it really affects you. It's like these solar flares, or I should rather say star flares, are like really reaching you, and you're reaching it. I don't feel like you're so not touched by it. You're quite you're quite okay in it. It seems like you're quite okay in it, but I think you're finding your place in this star flare immerse. I don't know what that word is. I'm going to just drop it because I don't hear exactly what it is. I'm just going to drop it. You seem to be quite okay, but this is like there's something here that brings you whatever area in this life of yours that this is going on in. The star constellation, star family growth, and you're receiving more of that energy, and you're receiving contact with that energy, makes you come alive in a like a new way. Because this regeneration card is usually about second chances and how it's like a phoenix rising situation. It's like in many cases it can be like a tower situation where you are dealing with hardships and you're dealing with like trouble that has been really, really heavy, and then you're sort of coming back from that. It can also be second chances and regeneration in the sense that we're trying a different route. We're we're doing the same thing, but we're trying a different way to go about it, and it can be something that you thought was lost, like a relationship, an experience, a job opportunity. For some reason, getting children, having children. I don't know what the difference is between getting them and having them. Maybe getting them is adopting them, and having them is you actually getting pregnant yourself. Like there's something here thinking a moment was lost, an opportunity was lost, but it's coming back around. You're getting a second chance. And there's something with this star constellation. What is that I'm hearing? Or immersion? No. No. I'm going to drop it. Sorry. Sometimes I hear a word and it's quite new and sort of unfamiliar for me, but I still sort of recognize it. And so I'm much more confident in what the word is. I don't, like, what I'm hearing is like, I don't recognize it, and I'm not confident in it whatsoever because I have no, I wouldn't say like immersion. The reaching of like the incoming star flares / solar flares reaching you and you, touching your life, touching your energy, being completely in tune with that is sparking something, literally sparking something within you, and it brings some sort of life back around. Feels like I would want to do like a whole reading, like a week's reading just on that one. And then we have gratitude. Be grateful for all you have, which is usually my Pisces card, but let's see what your spirit guides wants to say here. I get a lot of the Chariot. Like if we look closely here, if we look closely in the palm of her hand, if we can, there you go. If I hold really still and you look and we look closely, like there's a person in the hand with those horses. It looks very much like a chariot situation, riding on that sun. So it's like it's a lot of, you're riding on the wave of those flares. Just being keep being drawn into that. It's interesting also because we have a little bit of peacock situation, like as almost like as earrings or as like feathers or something coming out of your hair, which for me is resurrection. So that's the regeneration there again. So it's quite similar with this big seashell, which is about like all about your intuition and paying attention. We have children that are playing on the ground. I'm not too drawn to them. What I feel like your spirit guides wants you to know is that there's the holding of this energy, the harnessing of this energy, the capacity you have to like really hold this energy for yourself, not just for yourself, not that you're not sharing it, but like how you are able to hold this energy that is coming into you through this star family expansion. So interesting. Is really propelling you forward. The Chariot card for me is all about success and how momentum is being picked up, and it's usually also shown like in a way that you don't steer the horses, like you're connected to the horses, but there's really no reins in between you and the horse. It's like a free flow between you and the horse. So there's like an understanding of movement forward, even though we're not connected in the sense that we are controlling the horse, but it's still a movement. And I feel like this is almost like the same thing. It's not like I just compared you to a horse, but Source understands, like Source doesn't have any reins on you. Source doesn't have any reins on you, and you're not on it. But there is an understanding between you and Source, and the harnessing of this energy together with unfinished symphony And so, yeah, I'm getting the message. What it usually means is we are tying up loose ends. You're finishing up projects. This is like when it's something comes back around. When you now have this energy in your hands, you're in the palm of your hands, you're having this connection. And it's almost like you need to shield yourself a little bit because of the, it's almost like you're standing in a field of just pure electricity, or it's almost like if lightning would strike, you would want that lightning to strike maybe 10 meters away from you or 20 meters away from you. You would be like all charged up, but you wouldn't die. So if that electricity would just shoot right through you, you would probably be gone. And so there's something about shielding yourself as well, like understanding what's going on with the inpour of that new energy, but also protecting yourself so that it doesn't get too strong. And it will have you be able to finish projects, finish up tying up loose ends. Like you're getting a second, we're coming back around a second time for this so that you can finish what you started. Does this make sense? And then we have the unicorn, which is I just adore. So the unicorn sphere seems to now have like a real connection. It's almost like we go through this, you're receiving these flares, and it ignites something in you, and you really are to the point of like, okay, so just do it in moderation, like how much do you let in and how much do you hold out for a little bit. And we're starting to tie up loose ends. You're starting to get on to these projects or these things that you couldn't finish before, maybe because the timing was off, or you just literally needed more energy to accomplish certain things. And this unicorn for me is like, you don't see where the unicorn starts and you end, or you don't see where you start and the unicorn end. It's like a blend. It's a blend of the two. And there's so much about the uniqueness of you and what a different, almost like what a different species you're becoming because of these flares, because of this allowance and this learning to manage this type of energy, that you're now in pure contact. So not only are you going to sort of get a boost of these star flares, I always only heard like the expression of solar flares. I have to admit, I never heard the expression of star flares, but what your guides wants you to know is that once you are receiving these flares from your guides, from your star family, you'll have immediate access. So it's like the sphere is like pointing straight into this, like there's a real connection. I love how it is that stardust that is swirling around, where you're not going to have to defend yourself, guard yourself against it. You're going to be like so one with it. It's just going to be such a blend of you becoming it. Is the best word. Becoming the upgrade that these flares will provide. Together with flexible. So this is a time to really pay attention to your intuition, to pay attention to what's being sent your way. I'm getting that some of you guys will be like so freaking fatigued in the beginning. You might not even understand what's going on, because it's like you feel charged and you feel perhaps a little bit itchy in your skin, and you feel because of too much electricity can sort of make you itch a little bit. And also at the same time, it feels like, okay, so if a person was charged by lightning, it feels like you should have the possibility to just run around like crazy, right? But it's almost to the point where it's so strong in the beginning, and it takes a little bit to adjust to this energy, to these flares, to the high frequency of this, that it takes almost like everything out of you. It's almost like you have done so much during your day when it feels like you've done nothing physically, and yet you're almost fatigued in the beginning, not just a little tired, but feel fatigue. And that's going to pass eventually. So that's what I'm seeing here as well. It's like you're just there. You're almost like sleeping your way into it, or resting your way into it, or meditating your way into it, because it's like it's so exhausting in the beginning to hold that type of like harness and hold that type of energy inside of you when you're not completely matched to it from the beginning. But you will be. And your spirit guides wants you to know to just be flexible around this to the best of your ability, to just open up and be as flexible as one can be in this sort of transformation. Wow. I said it was a different reading. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what else I can find around this. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box. 2 of them, one to Vimeo and the other one to Buy Me a Coffee, which is a donation site. Yeah. I also want to say, I was thinking the other way, and because I was thinking the other way, I came up with something new. And that is, I was thinking of a way that we could just send more love and more peace and harmony to the world right now. And as a beautiful result of that, you can have a chance to win a personal reading with me for free. And the way I want you to go about it is to just sit in meditation for like 3 to 5 minutes and just think about someone or something that you just feel so grateful for, or feel so much love around, or love or harmony or peace. And just sit in that meditation with that energy and let those waves just sort of echo out into the world right now. That's really going to make a difference. And if you want to, you put whatever you're grateful for or whatever you feel love around in the comment section, which lets me know that you want to be a part of the draw to win a personal reading. If you don't want to be that private or personal, you can just write something like I'm in, or just whatever that makes me understand that you want to be a part of this. And I'm going to draw with a little bit of help with my spirit guides. I'm going to draw the lucky winner and announce that on the 14th of April. So if you're interested in that, go send some love into the world and then give me something in the comment section. I hope to see some of you guys in the extension. Thank you so much. Bye.